As always, remember that this podcast is brought to you by AG 3D Printing. It's our 3D printing lab where we bring ideas into reality, and that service is available for any of you that are out there that are looking to bring an idea from a piece of paper into reality with a 3D printed part. Recently, and we're going to show a little bit of a video here, we got our 3D scanner up and running, which was one of the things we wanted to do earlier in the year, but it just didn't happen. And thanks to my friend Matt, we were able to get my PC up and running. Thank you, Matt, because building my own PC as much of an adventure as building my own PC was, I really would have just liked someone to say, "This is what you're looking for. Here's the part you should buy." But with a little help from my friends, I was able to get that up and running, which means our 3D scanner is up and running. It's an IR sensor scanner, and we're actually able to make 3D models of things in real life, and then we can then take that model and 3D print things. But there's so many things you can do once you have that data, once you have that three-dimensional structure that you're able to now manipulate. You could take something from the real world and bring it into the digital world. And there's so many possibilities, from reproducing, reverse engineering some part that doesn't exist anymore, right? Maybe you've got an old oven, it works great, and you've got this knob that broke, but it's some old GE oven they haven't made in years. If you still have one of those, we could scan that and make you a replacement, and then you could be able to use that over and over and over again and keep that thing that has value, that's still working, reuse it, bring it back to life, and give it its own fresh new look. There's also the possibility of, if you're into cosplay and you really want to get into making really awesome custom outfits, custom weapons, whatever it might be, a 3D scanner allows you so much customization for you as the cosplayer. And we're going to show that off with a few different things. Obviously, we have our SpaceX Starman suit, where I've got to get into that so I can actually make that real. And then there's also going to be some video game stuff and some other just awesome stuff. Like now with the gaming PC, I'm also playing a little bit of Halo. So obviously, all of those things become possible. The Mandalorian helmet we still have to finish. So there's a lot of things that this 3D scanner can help us with that we're not even 100% sure the full potential of that 3D scanner. So we are able to do a lot of different things if you have any idea that you want to bring into reality. Our friends over at Snapcaller, we talked about them in our last episode. We helped them start with their first ideation, their first part, bring the idea, see if it was even reasonable and possible. Then they were able to take that, run with it, win a few competitions, get some money, and then now they have a full product. It's out, and we're super proud of them, and we're super grateful that they chose us to help them bring that idea into reality. So that's big picture. That's if you got a little money to spend, if you're really trying to take that big thing forward. But there's also a way you can support the podcast that isn't that intensive. We have our Etsy shop, ag3dprinting.etsy.com. We have a bunch of stuff that's on there that's fun stuff. It's not expensive. But they're practical things. Like for instance, our phone stand here. I literally just had my iPhone standing on that. It's our little rocket ship phone stand. It's literally holds your phone at the right height. I have Face ID on here. Picks up my face every time. I use that. I have one at pretty much every desk that I have. I love that little thing. That's there. We also have our James Webb Space Telescope coaster, which has been a really big seller. And why not? James Webb Space Telescope, unfolding the universe, and we'll discuss where it's at right now. But yes, a lot of exciting things and fun ways to support this podcast, because we try and bring all things space and the scientific mindset, and talk to a bunch of people who work in science, who live and breathe science. We try and bring all of that here, and AG3D is one of the things that has helped make that possible. So go make sure to check that out, and of course follow us on Today in Space Pod on Instagram and Twitter, Today in Space on TikTok, and of course our Facebook page, Today in Space Podcast. You can check us there.